Hey, welcome. It's Friday night and it's MNFT Freedom episode number 19. 19 weeks
Woohoo!
already this week, Rochelle. Pretty
I love
awesome.
it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, I know I've been a little absent this week in the space, and I'm wearing a shirt that pretty much describes my week. So,
I love
um,
it.
yeah, so it's been one of those weeks. But in any case, I know you were invited to a special seminar. I think I'm going to be taking that course next week is when I scheduled it. But that was with Matthew, right? We had him on a little bit
Correct.
ago.
Correct. With
Yeah.
Matthew, blockchain strategy, I believe is the name of his business. I actually quite enjoyed it. Learned
Hmm.
quite a few things. Surprising to say, right? You think introduction to blockchain, you think you know it all. Um, Testament that you don't know it all, right?
Yeah.
I found him engaging. The information was relevant, and it was broken down in pieces that was easy to follow. Um, and I was really surprised because it was done like a Zoom style. He had a poll. I got all three poll questions wrong. Right? I got all three poll questions wrong. And I'll test you. I'll test your knowledge. What
Oh boy.
percentage of the American public do you think is currently invested in crypto?
Of the American public,
Yes, sir.
I would say probably, I don't know, 8%.
20%.
Okay.
20%. I think I put like five was my answer, but it's 20%.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know
so it's interesting.
worldwide it's like 4
Yeah,
percent.
worldwide, it's the number is just ridiculously small. But here in the United States, I was surprised by that number. I was
Hmm.
very surprised by that number. But the information was enjoyable to listen to and to learn. And that's the key, right? When you're learning something, you want to be engaged. And he did a great job. He comes across on camera really well.
Nice. That's awesome. Um, yeah. So we've had some developments this week. Things are progressing. I know there were some meetings had and some
Yes.
cool exchanges. I'm not sure if we can share any of that, but what I know we can share because it is out there for everyone to see is the website. Um, Let me bring that up. And now I
Oh, and
know,
as you say that, the website, and you're bringing that up, I sent you a new bio. I
I
thought it
know
was
it's up.
weird. It's up. You put in a new bio?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Don't.
Don't what? So I got this page open.
Oh, that looks amazing.
This was all done on Wednesday
Nice.
while we were patiently waiting.
Nice. Yeah, my bio sounds kind of weird. It's like in the third person.
Well, you kind of have to write it like the third person, right? I think it sounds all right, but I'll go
It's
through and I can edit it for you if you want. I did make some
no, no, no. I
minor
just thought it
changes.
was. I thought it was weird myself personally, but yeah, I probably do a new photo with the short hair that I'm really loving. And I was on camera for the meeting yesterday. I was on
Nice.
camera. The hair, is spiked currently.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Spiked currently, and short, but I love it. I love it. Yeah, exciting things happening. Definitely for sure, and you're right. I don't want to talk too much about that because until we have the ink dry, so to speak, I don't want to set the wrong expectations. But I am super super excited for a push towards New Orleans. Some of the people we will be collaborating with, um, and just a whole prospect. And I was so fortunate to be in a Twitter space today with Jay Chains and what they do Monday through Friday. And it's just a really nice, relaxed place. These guys are so polite, and it's a lot of fun. So that's why I typically tend to tune into them. But there was a young lady that just captivated me today, right? One, she looked tiny, right?
Hmm.
In the ring, she looks really tiny, and she reminded me of Hopi, and she just had this really giant ball of energy. And I hope to have her on, but she is what they call a bare knuckled fighter.
Hmm.
Um, I commented on, and I've got to tag you in it too, Scott, for real. Um, 38 seconds. 38 seconds is when she knocked her opponent out in the first round. Yeah, 38 seconds, bro. Yeah, I'm
Wow.
not going in the ring with her. Not
Why
getting in the ring
not?
with her. What do you mean? Why no?
We can
No,
make that a side event.
chill. Bare knuckle. Did you not hear that? Bare knuckle fighter. Did you hear that? Do you
I
understand
heard that.
that? Yeah, no, no, not happening. Not happening. But really charming young lady. I got the opportunity to ask her a couple of questions, and um, she was talking about what it's like, one being a woman in that kind of setting,
Hmm.
um, and being someone who values her faith as well. So that's kind of a dichotomy right there. But just charming overall. Um, Learned some things that are happening. I don't know if you're familiar with Triple Crown. It's a
Um, no.
silk. I think they came. Oh man, I was looking at them when they first came out because I really liked the art for the horses, right? Because
Oh, I think I do know what you're talking about.
right,
I think
sports
I
is
do.
making its way to the blockchain. We've already have fashion, right? We have music, um, and sports is making its way to the blockchain as well. So it's interesting to see. So I'm wondering if the next step for them is going to be like this fractionalized ownership of a racehorse. That ought to be
Mhm.
interesting. So I like looking at new things and seeing how they are raising funds via the blockchain as well, to scale businesses in real life. So that's pretty exciting to watch and seeing what they're doing. Um, but a lot going on this week, I think, for everyone. So, putting politics aside, putting Pepe coin aside. Yes, Scott, I'm mentioning it. I love the green frog, bro. I love the green frog. Am I going to invest? I don't know, but I love the green frog. So, and you're wearing green. I don't know why, but you're wearing green.
Yeah. Well, green's my favorite color. I usually don't wear green because of the green screen behind me, but
Hmm.
it's not messing up tonight, so
Yeah,
we're
there we
good.
go. So, that's all the headache stuff that's going on. I want to talk about fun stuff. Hidden Studios is building. They continue to build. We've got to have Seth back on and to
Yep.
see his progress on his game. I had a conversation with Meta ID. They have been pushing forward really hard and loving his build as well. On tonight's radio show, um, with Danny, I know he's really excited for the guests that we have on tonight. Um, so lots of fun stuff to do to Friday to kind of wrap up a rough week. I know you said you had a rough week with the in real life job mining
Yeah.
that fiat. What are you going to do to relax and unwind?
Tonight, I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna go to bed. I think I had 3 hours of sleep last night.
Uh oh.
Um, well, yeah, I didn't get home till late, and then uh, didn't really eat all day, so I ate and then couldn't go to sleep right away. So yeah, it's just been one of those weeks. It kind of just stacked up and built up, and yeah. So I don't know that I have too much in me anymore tonight, but that's just been a crazy week. That's all.
Well,
Uh,
maybe that's what we talk about. Taking the time to have some fun and relax, because um, if you're tuning in for the first time or you're back again to spend time with us, thank you. We appreciate that. And we always try to keep it on point with budgeting and, finding creative ways to build a base to create wealth, right?
mhm.
Maybe talking about the fun stuff. Sometimes it's about that cheat day. So maybe this could be from your personal experience, your cheat day. Like, what are you going to do this weekend to try to kind of refill your cup because you've had a rough week?
Huh. I'm gonna work.
Oh, come on.
So there's no refilling this week at
Oh, wow.
all. Yeah, I don't get a break this week. Um, and that's just the way it is. Some weeks I
Yeah.
don't get it. When I do get a chance for some downtime, I take it whenever I can. Uh, but you know, yeah, I mean, I actually, I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'll watch a movie or sit and binge watch a TV show one night over the weekend. But that's probably going to be the extent of it for this weekend anyway.
Well, I mean, sometimes it can be something as simple as that, something as easy as that, as watching a movie,
Yep.
right? We talk about this all the time. Um, you know, you got to have some kind of fun factor involved in your day to day, right? So maybe it is about just maybe unplugging and watching a movie with a friend or family member. Um, or
Yeah.
just catching up with friends, finding out what's going on with them, having a phone call, somebody you like talking to. Um, it can be any number of those things.
Hmm. Yep. And I would like to go for a bike ride, but the extent of that so far this year has just been back and forth to work. So hey, it is what it
Yeah.
is. I get that half hour, 45 minute commute of enjoyment, and then it's down to the grind, right?
Yeah. Well, the weather's actually really nice this week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Not too hot. Today was nice. Today was pleasant.
Yep.
Took a stroll down to the mailbox, and it was kind of warm, but it was still quite enjoyable
Hmm.
here in Pennsylvania. So again, it can be something as simple as that to try to refill your cup too.
Yep. I know. I know. So yeah, but whew,
Deep
anyway.
breath, deep breath. Yeah, deep breath. This too shall pass. How about that? I could say
That's
that.
right.
This shall pass.
That's right. Yeah, that's actually a song by OK Go. This too shall pass.
Oh, really? Okay.
It
Let me
is.
get
Yeah.
this. Um, so much stuff has been kind of being poured on, right?
Hmm.
You and I had a conversation, I think, what was it, early on in the week, and you were telling me, um, things will work itself out,
Yep.
right? Things will work itself out. So sometimes we kind of just need to hear that affirmation from someone else other than ourselves. Um, we're
Yep.
in this. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So it's not about having, and we talk about this a lot, like not following the hype, right?
Hmm.
It's not every time you're going to have something exciting and top of the chart.
Right.
Sometimes it is about the simple conversation. It is about connecting with people. It is about taking time to just enjoy the moment, because we really, we go so fast. We go so fast, Scott. We do.
Yep. It's feeding that emotional bank account is what it is.
Ooh, I like that term.
Yep.
Feed my emotional bank account. What would that look like? Well,
So,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, what would that look like? I always look at it as, a way of as far as a relationship, whenever I can do something to, make Megan's life a little easier, or, to show her I appreciate her or whatnot. Those build up in that emotional bank account. So when I screw up or do something stupid, that is a withdrawal from that emotional bank account, right?
Hmm.
And that's kind of how I look at it is, um, I do the things because I care for her. I love her very much. And, those are just my ways of showing love because, you know, the crazy thing is you look at what the movies portray love as, and it is an
Mm.
emotion, right? But
Hmm.
it's really not. Love is an action. Love is, doing the laundry every so often. And she's probably like rolling her eyes right now because I don't do it very often.
But you do it when it
uh,
you do.
or it might be, sweeping or mopping the floor, or, whatever. It might just be, stopping at the store and picking something up that she needs. But those are all things that are actions that show love, right? And
Hmm.
that's kind of how I look at it is, the more those things that I can do for her, the more that bank account grows mentally. And, when I do something stupid like get a motorcycle, it's not quite so bad. Um,
Oh, I love hearing her comments in the background.
you know, but yeah, it's, and that's just something that is there, and you can do that for on your personal level as an emotional bank account. Your work, like my week this week has just been emotionally draining, and it just doesn't seem to be getting any easier. It just keeps building on top of each other and on top of, and so I need something to kind of counteract all those withdrawals work has been taking out of my
Mm,
psyche. And that's where that personal time comes in, whether it's watching a movie or you know getting together with friends, or just chilling out and hanging out with Megan, whatever it may be. um those are the things that I need to counteract that. And those are also the things that can get you into trouble, is if you don't know how to counteract that emotional bank account, you look for ways to counteract it, and a lot of times it results in spending money that you really don't have to spend.
true, true. You actually just inspired me. I think I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole this weekend, and write a blog, the emotional bank account. Um, that's a really great way. I love the analogy of it. It, it resonates. It really does. And
Hmm.
I've made more of an effort myself this week, just with the simple things that Hope has been doing around the house, especially bolstering my emotional support that I needed, right?
Yep.
And having these conversations. And I was looking at her yesterday, and we were just having a really simple conversation, but I was looking at her like I'm not seeing that 2 year old anymore. I'm looking at this 21 year old, um,
Hmm.
you know, and she gets creative. Like she dresses up every day, Scott. She does, right? She does. She dresses up every day. And and you could kind of tell where she's going. And yesterday she looked like, I told her, I said, you look like a Mexican gangster. Um, she was taking my pictures
Wow.
out. No, she did. She did. And this is by no means to stereotype anyone, but you know how if you watch Boys in the Hood or any of those types of movies, they
Yep.
have a hat on with the durag tied up and the plaid
Yep.
shirt with the one button. That's literally what she had on yesterday. But she had it very feminine because underneath the long sleeve plaid shirt, she had like mid tummy crop top, and she had some cute shorts on. And I was looking at her, and she gets creative with all these looks every day. And so I was no longer seeing my little 2 year old. I was looking at her. It's this 21 year old. And it kind of hit me over the head. Like, this ain't my baby no more, Scott. You know?
Well, that's not really true. It is. It will. She will always be your baby,
True,
right?
true.
As well as your son. Um, they're just not as little as they once were,
Oh
and
my
they're not
God,
as.
Mark came up this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came up from New York this week. His permit had come in the mail, so he came up to get it. And it's I haven't seen him in what, maybe 6 weeks or so, or
Hmm.
maybe a little bit longer. And I swear to God, Scott, this kid, like, he grew inches. He's so tall. He's so tall. And so, they're twins, and I'm watching them standing next to each other, and she's barely up to his chest. Right.
Hmm.
And I'm looking at him, and and in the back of my mind, this was the kid when he was born that was a little over 3 pounds. Right. They said he would never walk, never talk. And I'm looking at him, just standing there, and he was like, "Mom, why are you staring at me like that?" And I just kind of shook my head. But it really it touched my heart because, one, um, we're capable of so much more than what they say we can do,
Yep.
right? Um, and two, you give, if you are fortunate enough to be a parent, and we can never do everything right. We can never do everything right.
Hmm.
But you do try your best to help them build a foundation of confidence and self worth. To see him at 21, to see them at 21. I remember when I had them, I could put them both in the little sack that you wore in the front for one baby. They both could fit in that, and they both fit in that for almost till they were like a year old. Scott, they
Oh
were that
wow.
small. Yeah, they were that small. Hope Marie was a year and some months, and barely weighed 12 pounds.
Hmm.
So, to look at them now, to me, it just kind of says, hope is always there, right? There's always the possibility of doing things better, being better, achieving the goals that you want. So that was kind of my inspiration this week that kind of turned around my soppy mood. And then we had a great meeting with the mayor's office from New Orleans, and that's on track for the business. And so while everybody's looking for the quick return, and you did that blog on the microwave mentality, we also talk about consistency, right? We talk about understanding that we're in it for the marathon and not the sprint. And so, it all has an opportunity to come full circle. And I gotta believe that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I love
Yep.
that microwave mentality blog, by the way.
Yep. Right there.
That was a great one. That was a great one.
Yeah. And the other nice thing about this week, and I will maybe be the first to tell you, but happy Mother's Day. That's coming up
Oh,
this Sunday.
that's right. Happy
That is
Mother's
right.
Day, Megan.
Same to you.
Thank you, my doll.
Yep. So, we have Mother's Day this week. And, for all the mothers out there, whatever Rochelle said about not being perfect is total bull. Every one of you have been extremely perfect in every way as a mother. Yeah, it's just the way it is.
Yeah,
You
you're
know?
really looking for the brownie points tonight, dear Scott.
Now,
You trying to overflow that emotional bank account, are you?
that's right. That's right. Get that gushing over.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
I'm still chuckling at that. Oh, no, but there really has been some amazing things going on quietly in the background, and all of it is just to come back to say, it does come full circle.
Yep.
I was reminded again that just when you think that you're at your low, and I always hated that aspect of it, but my mom always used to say, you think you have it bad, but there are people who have it worse, and my
Oh,
response is always, well, I don't know them, so I don't care. Right? Let's be honest, I don't know them, so I don't care, Mom. Like I want to talk about what's happening with me. It's all about me. But you kind of mature and you grow up and you realize that sometimes it is as simple as acknowledging what you do have rather than what you don't have.
Yep. 100%. And then also having the right mindset to overcome whatever that is, right? Because that funk can, spiral out of control and just send you down a rabbit hole that just keeps adding onto that load that's already heavy, right? You have to have the right mindset to be able to stop that and reverse it, and try to find a means to crawl out of that rabbit hole. But so yeah, I mean, you're right. There's always somebody that has had it worse. So yeah,
I tell you what we can do tonight, Scott, since we didn't have any guests and we were kind of just winging it tonight, we can always wrap up at 8:30, give you an extra half hour on your Friday evening, particularly as an ode to the F-bomb t-shirt that you're wearing. so
Yep.
so that you can help refill your emotional bank account, so to speak, right?
Yeah, there you
I
go.
didn't have any great plans this evening. I have the show coming up, Twitter Space coming up at 10 p.m. Tonight. But really, since yesterday, we had a meeting yesterday, and was on my grind with that till late in the evening, looking up some stuff. And by the way, if anybody is, I gotta get this link. I shouldn't just say it. Probably should share the link too with Alice. I've been following that. Hello, Alice is this business um, um, partnership with Verizon. I've been following them, and I'm currently taking advantage of the free class that they have on building your business model. So that's
Okay.
what I was working on last night. I was going to plan on doing some more of that this weekend. So those are free resources that's actually really useful, that I've been following along, right? I know one of the things that I struggled with personally was getting a bank account That, yep, that's it. Was having a bank account um, for the business, and because the business is primarily crypto related, we had some difficulty with that, but we got that issue solved with Mercury. Really excited to have our account opened up with them. Um, and SBA has some really great resources as well, some free resources. So I've been taking advantage of those. But I really like the easy to follow information on Hello Alice. And they have some great opportunities. There was a grant, there are two grants actually that are closing off today. One of them is for a commercial vehicle for your business as well. I was trying to figure out how I could take advantage of that. It closed off today, but I was like, I wonder if I could get Scott to help me figure out how to get a commercial vehicle right for your business. Not that we technically need it, but that still would have been fun.
Hmm.
Since I hate to fly anywhere.
Well,
um,
a vehicle is a vehicle. It doesn't necessarily have to be a plane, right? It could
true,
be, it
true.
could just be a car,
Yeah.
or a
Um,
van or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. So, and then great news with Davion. DQ his API. He got approved for his API with some
Nice.
fantastic stuff he's building. He dropped a couple more pieces on me from the Spirit of Nola collection that are absolutely amazing. And I've been following this photographer. Um, her Twitter account is Oculus. She's done and these are real photos, by the way, Scott, that she has used AI to improve.
Hmm.
Pretty cool stuff. I love the one she posted today. I'd like to see that hanging on my wall. I don't know why I'm so captivated by it, but I think it's because I'm a big fan of steampunk style.
Yep.
I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of the steampunk style.
I like steampunk. It's pretty cool. Uh,
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So lots of fun things to do. Not all of it having to involve spending money. That you can utilize to refill your emotional bank account. I
yeah.
like that. I'm definitely writing a blog on that. That'll be the title: Refilling Your
There you
Emotional Bank Account.
go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's just something that you really do need to address, whether it's internally and for yourself, or it's in a relationship with somebody else. And it's uh yeah, I mean, just getting away from what the movies consider love and to what it actually is. And now granted, the feeling is always great, right? We always had that, and have that feeling from time to time with those that are closest to us. But ultimately, for things to last, it is an action, and we have to take action in order to keep it going. So yeah.
True, very true, very true. But yeah, we could wrap it up early tonight. My entertainment plans are simple. I'm gonna make Hopi come downstairs and watch this scary movie with me. Actually, it's a series that I'm
uh, what,
watching.
what
Yeah, it's
series?
called From on I think it's on MGM.
Okay.
I got a free trial from my Prime subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I still can, it's by the producers of Lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so yeah, it's kind of the same thing. So now I'm wondering: is it vampires? Is it ghouls? Are they dead? That was my
Right.
first thing. They're dead. That's why all this is happening. They are dead, right? But yeah, it's engaging. A little bit of terror here and there, and of course, me being a scaredy cat, I'm gonna make I'm gonna make her come downstairs and watch it with me.
There you go. There you go. Um, yeah, I haven't really started anything new yet. Just haven't had time. I do always, I do tend to have like something playing in the background, music or a movie or something, but it's always something that I've seen already. So it's not like distracting. It's just noise.
Hmm.
But
White noise. Okay,
what?
I'm with you on
Yeah,
that. I'm with you
just
on that.
noise. Um, I think it helps me just keep moving along. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some things I want to see that's coming out, and uh, the new Super Mario Brothers, right? I mean, we've been seeing that. I heard that's pretty good. So maybe we'll hit the movies this weekend. I don't know.
That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. I watched The Irishman on Netflix.
Yeah.
Um, that was a slow burn. That was a slow
Yep.
burn for me. I watched it, totally enjoyed it.
Hmm.
I've been a Joe Pesci fan for a really, really long time. He looks good.
Yeah.
He looks good.
It reminded me a lot of Hoffa with Jack Nicholson. Did you ever see that?
No, I never watched the original with him, but I can say that I have been a big fan of Jack Nicholson. To this day, I still think he did the best Joker ever. We'll argue that with anyone. All right, we'll argue that with everyone, with anyone. And I am a big fan of his. And I'm a bigger fan of Al Pacino, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
Bigger fan of Al Pacino.
All right. Yeah. I can't disagree. I think both of them are very good. Um, yeah. Geez, trying to think of what movies that I've seen them. Uh, Nicholson in that was kind of off. Oh, the one with Adam Sandler, um, with anger management. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, that'd be a great one to watch.
That is a classic, right?
Yeah,
They're
that's a great one to watch. I think I will cue that up. That's going to be funny.
stop
That's
in the
going to be
middle of the
funny.
bridge and then start singing "I Feel Pretty."
Yeah, yeah. Did you see the Did you see the menu?
The menu.
Yes. What is his name? Um.
Menu.
Okay. He played. Was it the? I think he played in one of the. I think it was in the Red Dragon. He played the Hannibal Lecter. One of the
Okay.
Hannibal Lecter. I think that's who it was. I'll have to look it up and see. But I watched that, and I gotta tell you, it was absolutely hilarious. And it's not meant to be. But I just really liked his style. I just really liked it. You should check it out. Menu, I think it's on Netflix.
All right.
And
Yeah.
being a foodie, of course, I was like, oh, the menu. Then I definitely gotta watch this.
Yeah. I'm looking. It looks like quite a few big name actors in this.
It was really good. It was really good.
All right.
It was really good. And I've been watching The Power.
Power.
Yeah.
That's a movie though, right?
No, it is a series. I believe it's on Prime. But
Okay.
here's the thing: when I go into my Prime, it has all my subscriptions all tied into one. So I click on something. So
Hmm.
it could have been Stars or one of those other subscriptions, right? But
I
that's how
got
I
you.
access it through Prime. And I'll tell you, the leading female character is. Did you ever watch United States of Terror?
No, I haven't done too many horror movies.
This is not a horror movie. This is
Okay.
about a young lady that had multiple personalities.
Oh, okay.
United
Yeah.
States of Terror. Yeah. I should probably look it up and see what her name was. Hi, Hopi. We are live. Say hi to Scott.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Goodbye, Hope. Oh, yeah, but yeah, that's kind of been my rabbit hole the past couple of weeks. You know, something funny, something terrifying. Because if it's terrifying, I forget about how terrifying I feel about real life. Right? I can be terrified by the
Yeah.
movie, right? Or comedy to laugh and enjoy. And again, I'm gonna say it because I really like it. Refilling my emotional bank account. I
There
really
you
like
go.
that. Yeah, tuning into that. But let's wrap up. Let's wrap
All
up.
right.
What you got?
Perfect. Yeah. So there you have it. That was the nugget this week: is emotional bank account.
Yep.
um, and finding out that love is not only considered a feeling or the fantasy of a feeling as seen in the movies, but it's also an action. And these are just little tidbits that help us get through our weeks and help us reach our goals of financial freedom, whether it is emotional or financial or a bit of both, right? Because you can be the
Hmm.
richest person in the world and your emotional bank account can be completely empty and you're just absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
So really, how rich are you? So, the key there is keeping them both full, and, making sure that you're able to go on and, just look at the positives in everything. So, yeah. Anything from you, Rochelle?
No, I think you kind of you captured it right there. I will say that having lost my mom a couple of years ago, her birthday's on the 19th, and Mother's Day is this weekend. Um, I'm at the stage of my grief where the good times are starting to outweigh. I can't stand that she's not here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm refilling my emotional bank account where she's concerned by remembering that love is action, and boy,
Mhm.
she gave a lot of it. So yeah, yeah, a lot to celebrate and be grateful for. Whether or not that loved one is actually there with you, they remain.
Yeah.
They still remain.
Well, they'll always be with you. And that is the legacy they have left with you, right?
Hmm.
Is they have left their impression, their personality, maybe how, things they've made or done or talents, they've left things. And most importantly, they've left memories. And it's always
Mm.
good to think about the positive,
Yep.
the funny memories, the good times, and laugh about it and share those with your children. And when the time comes, their children, right?
Facts.
And that's how that legacy lives on. So, yeah. All right. Well, with that, happy Mother's Day, Rochelle, and to
Thank
every
you.
other mother watching. And we will see you next week for episode 20.
Let's go.
Let's go.